Welcome back to the Explainer. So if you're a developer using AI coding assistants, and let's be real, who isn't right now, consider this your essential mentorship session. We're going to look at how to not just survive the current AI coding wave, but how to completely thrive. We'll talk about avoiding the trap of cognitive laziness, and ultimately, how to dominate your field.
Okay, let's dive right into this truly shocking MIT Media Lab study from June 2025. Researchers actually put EEG headsets on students writing essays to measure their real-time brain activity. One group just used their brains, one used a search engine, and one used ChatGPT. Well, the ChatGPT group had the weakest brain connectivity overall. But here's the absolute kicker. 83% of the ChatGPT users couldn't even recall the key points of the essays they'd just written. Think about that. Only 17% could remember. The AI literally did the thinking for them, and their brains just completely checked out.
Now, what's really fascinating here is that this reveals the biological reality of what happens when we stop struggling through complex solutions and just hit enter. Researchers call this the cognitive depth gap. Basically, it's the loss of thinking ability that accumulates, and worse, compounds over time when you consistently let AI think for you. Every single time you outsource your logic, you're racking up a little bit of debt in your own cognitive ability. It's like skipping leg day, but for your brain.
So to make sure you don't fall into this trap, here is the syllabus for our explainer today. We're covering 1. The cognitive depth gap, 2. The vibe coding trap, 3. Disciplined AI supervision, and 4. Unlocking 10 times output.
All right, Section 1, the cognitive depth gap. Let's build a foundational understanding of the exact risks AI poses to your brain.
The crucial point to understand is this. If you reduce your work from actually thinking through complex solutions to just blankly accepting generated code, your brain reacts. It consistently flags previously learned technical knowledge as unimportant. Why? Well, because you simply aren't using that knowledge anymore. If you see a block of code generated and you just hit accept without reading a single line, your brain slowly prunes those unused neural pathways. Actually, it's pretty scary. AI absolutely has the potential to make us dumber if we let it.
Moving on to Section 2, the vibe coding trap. Let's look at how this cognitive laziness actually manifests in our daily work environments.
Now, have you heard this term yet? Because I see developers falling into this trap constantly. Vibe coding is essentially the illusion of productivity. It's where developers use agentic tools to build things without really understanding what the AI is doing under the hood. You know the feeling? The app compiles, something flashes on the screen, it kind of works, and it feels like amazing progress. But honestly, it has absolutely nothing to do with real-world software development.
So you face a stark dichotomy as a developer right now. Vibe coding is all about brittle prototyping, hitting accept blindly, and relying entirely on the happy path, where, absolutely nothing goes wrong. But real development? That requires scaling software, handling messy edge cases, and deeply understanding the core why behind every single function. In real development, you are forced to think everything through for a massive user base.
Which brings us to Section 3. Disciplined AI supervision. I want to outline exactly how you can safely integrate AI into your workflow without losing your edge.
Look, the easy path is letting the AI do the thinking, which just throws the door wide open to laziness. But the professional path? That means stepping up. As the quote goes, real AI-assisted development means you become more of a supervisor. You literally have to evaluate every single line of generated code, just like you'd rigorously review a junior developer's pull request.
So let's outline the critical steps you have to take to review these AI suggestions. Step 1. Evaluate architecture. Does this actually fit your system? Step 2. Check abstractions. Is this truly the right way to build this feature? Step 3. Hunt for edge cases that the AI completely missed. And Step 4. Review permissions. Please, never blindly accept permissions an agent asks for. Keep in mind, AI can't ultimately tell you if a suggestion is the best option. That responsibility rests 100% on your shoulders.
Because if you don't supervise, the dangers compound so quickly. If you let AI execute on your knowledge gaps, you aren't actually saving time. You're just building rapidly on an incredibly brittle foundation. You accelerate the creation of garbage code. And because you lack that underlying technical understanding, you delay spotting massive architectural messes until they turn into a total nightmare to clean up later.
Finally, Section 4, Unlocking 10 times output. Let's look at the incredible career reward waiting for those who actually apply this disciplined mentorship framework.
5 to 10 times, that is the magic number to focus on here.
If you truly understand every design decision, if you don't skip the fundamentals, and if you use AI properly as a strict supervisor, you will write correct code 5 to 10 times faster than your peers. This is exactly how you become an extremely in-demand developer. You deliver massively higher output than a technically equivalent dev who just doesn't know how to wield AI with discipline.
But we have to remember the golden rule here. AI is simply an accelerator of what you already know. To achieve that 10x output, you absolutely must establish a great foundation with strict coding standards. And a really fantastic way to do this, especially if you're using agentic coding, is to configure explicit architectural skills for your AI agent. That way, it automatically sticks to your personal best practices without you having to handhold it and teach it every single time.
I want to leave you with this final thought today. AI opens the door to laziness, but whether you walk through it, well, that's entirely on you. Will you be the supervisor or the replaced? The tool itself isn't the problem, it's the discipline of the developer using it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your standards high, stay disciplined, and use AI to accelerate your brilliance, not replace it. See you next time.